Cena says it's officially over. Triple H's creative decision exposed. Lyra Valkyria hit with bad news. Goldberg teases retirement match again. Priest pushing for Puerto Rico. WrestleBuzz is back with another wrestling news video. Today we have a lot to talk about, but before that, make sure to subscribe to WrestleBuzz for more wrestling news video. Let's get back to the news. Cena says it's officially over. John Cena just closed the door on one of the biggest rivalries in WWE history, and it's final. As part of his farewell tour, Cena's been stepping back into the ring with some of the biggest names from his past. And while fans have been buzzing about who he'll face before he calls it quits, he just confirmed one name is no longer on the list. The 16-time world champion has been red hot since returning in January. He's wrestled 4 times so far, kicking things off with the Royal Rumble, then outlasting 5 other men inside the Elimination Chamber to earn a WrestleMania title shot. At WrestleMania, he shocked the world by beating Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. A huge win, especially at this stage of his career. Then just last week, Cena defended that title against Randy Orton at Backlash and won. The match wasn't just another title defense, it was the end of an era. In a recent interview with Entertainment Tonight, Cena made it clear that Backlash match with Orton was their final chapter. Here's what he said: "On the WWE side, we're just taking them one at a time. We did our last one in St. Louis. I had my last match with Randy Orton, and that was pretty cool to call. Kind of put a close on that 25-year rivalry. So it's, you know, as every chapter happens, it's a different feeling for everyone," Cena said. That quote says it all. It's over. After 25 years of battling Randy Orton in every type of match, from WrestleMania showdowns to Last Man Standing wars, Cena says they've officially wrapped it up. There won't be one more match. There's no final trilogy moment. That Backlash fight, that was the goodbye. It's a huge moment, not just for Cena and Orton, but for an entire generation of fans who grew up watching them go head to head. And as Cena's farewell tour continues, the list of possible opponents just got shorter. So now the question is, who's next? Triple H's creative decision exposed. There's a lot happening behind the scenes in WWE right now, but not everyone's happy with how Triple H is running things. A former WWE figure just called out Triple H directly, and it all came down to how he's managing the creative process. The comment didn't come from just anyone. It came from Vince Russo, someone who's seen the inside of WWE creative before and isn't afraid to speak up. On the latest episode of The Wrestling Outlaws, hosted by Dr. Chris Featherstone, Russo appeared alongside former world champion EC3. The topic, WWE's women's division, and more specifically, Scarlett. Russo and EC3 both agreed that Scarlett, who's currently paired with Karrion Kross, deserves a serious push. But that conversation quickly turned into a bigger critique of WWE's creative structure and what Triple H has changed about it. Russo pointed to something that caught his eye in the trailer for WWE's upcoming Netflix series, WWE Unreal. It gave a rare glimpse into the writer's room, and what he saw left him stunned. Here's exactly what Russo said: "I saw a still photo in the writer's room, that new show they're going to do, WWE Unreal on Netflix. You've got a bunch of guys sitting in a boardroom with suits and ties. That's a creative meeting? That is what it looks like? And then we wonder why there's no creativity in this? You can't be creative like that." He wasn't just criticizing the wardrobe. Russo believes the vibe in that room tells you everything about how ideas are being handled under Triple H's leadership. He went even deeper, saying it's no wonder creativity is stifled when people are more focused on acting proper in front of the game than actually pitching bold ideas. Here's what else Russo had to say about the situation. "How do you work like that? And Triple H is sitting at the head of the table, so you know that they're all in their best behavior. We've got to make sure we pitch him something he likes. How do you work like that, man?" It paints a picture of a creative room that's more about playing it safe than taking risks. And according to Russo, that's a huge problem. He didn't hold back at all. And coming from someone who used to work behind the curtain, it raises serious questions about whether WWE's creative team is really free to be, well, creative. Lyra Valkyria hit with bad news. Things just took a rough turn for Lyra Valkyria, and the timing couldn't be worse. After WrestleMania, it looked like WWE was setting up something major for her. She had just stepped into a heated feud with Becky Lynch, and for a moment, it actually seemed like she was about to get that big spotlight. But now, that light might already be fading. Reports say Lyra Valkyria is dealing with an injury after being attacked by Becky Lynch during their last encounter. The storyline between them? It might already be over. And worse, WWE may not have any follow-up plans for Lyra once she's cleared to return. According to Fightful Select, there's no clear creative direction right now for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. That's a huge surprise, especially since Becky Lynch's return was expected to bring prestige and attention to that very title. But instead of building the title around Valkyria or continuing the feud, WWE has already started turning the page. Bayley, who was ambushed by Lynch and had her WrestleMania moment ripped away, now seems to be next in line to go after Becky, leaving Lyra in the rear view. If this holds, it means that Valkyria could be pushed out of the picture entirely. And with so many women's titles floating around right now, it's becoming harder to keep track of who's even supposed to matter from week to week. There's even a growing pattern. Liv Liv Morgan recently disappeared from TV for a while and took the women's tag titles with her, and WWE barely acknowledged it. That kind of move says a lot about how the company is handling its titles and who gets left behind. So now the big question, what happens to Lyra Valkyria when she's ready to come back? If there's no storyline, no title plans, and no rivalry waiting for her, she might just be stuck waiting on the sidelines. Goldberg teases retirement match again. Goldberg just dropped another major hint, and it's only adding fuel to the rumors that his final WWE match is coming this year. The WWE Hall of Famer has been showing up all over social media lately, looking back at his biggest moments, and fans think it's all pointing to one thing: retirement is near. But now, he's also giving out clues that have people wondering who he might face on his way out. Back in November, Goldberg appeared on the SEC network and confirmed that he plans to have one last match in 2025. Since then, the rumors haven't slowed down, and the top name being thrown around, Gunther. That match has been teased ever since Gunther took several public jabs at Goldberg during WWE's Bad Blood event last October. The ring general didn't hold back, and fans immediately started fantasy booking what a clash between the two would look like. But Goldberg hasn't confirmed anything, at least not yet. Instead, he's been letting his social media do the talking. In a recent post on X, formerly Twitter, Goldberg shared a throwback clip from his WCW days showing a wild moment from his feud with Scott Steiner, and he added a message that has everyone watching a little closer. "Gotta love the Steiners," the Hall of Famer tweeted. It might seem like a random post at first, but when you look deeper, there could be more to it. Braun Breaker, the son of Rick Steiner and nephew of Scott Steiner, has been rising fast in WWE, and some are now speculating that he could be the one to step up and face Goldberg in his final match. Not only does Braun have the family connection, but his finishing move is the spear, the same move Goldberg made famous, usually followed by a crushing jackhammer. So what if this is more than just a tribute? What if it's a quiet way of pointing toward Braun Breaker as the man to retire him? Breaker has been busy lately with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman in his new faction, but if WWE wants a storyline that ties the past to the future, there may be no better fit. One thing's for sure, Goldberg isn't posting these clips for nothing. He's building something, and whatever that is, it looks like his final match is getting closer. Priest pushing for Puerto Rico. Damian Priest is pushing hard for something that could change WWE's global direction, and it's personal for him. It's been 2 years since WWE held Backlash 2023 in Puerto Rico, and fans still haven't forgotten the energy from that night. The show was wild from start to finish, and it featured two hometown names who made the moment unforgettable: Zelina Vega and Damian Priest. That night meant a lot to both stars. Zelina challenged Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship and got what she described as the loudest crowd reaction of her life. Even though she lost the match, the love from that Puerto Rican crowd was so overwhelming, she walked down the ramp in tears. Priest also had a huge moment on that card, going toe-to-toe with Bad Bunny in a wild San Juan street fight that became an instant classic. Even in defeat, he came out of that match looking like a megastar. Now it looks like Damian Priest is trying to bring that magic back. In a recent interview with Good Karma Wrestling, Zelina Vega confirmed that Priest has already spoken to WWE about holding another major PLE in Puerto Rico, and she made it clear they're both working on making it happen. Here's what she said: "Genuinely, I would love that. I would love it. I know Damian has been pushing for it too, so we're really trying to get it together. But yeah, I can't wait. I know that there has to be another event in Puerto Rico. Like, there just has to be. Like, that crowd was just, I'd like to say second to none, because I've never felt like, again, I talk about how The Rock says the most electrifying fans in sports and entertainment, but I didn't know what that meant until that day. Like, that was my WrestleMania. That was like the craziest moment, not just my wrestling career, but like one of my life. It's crazy to have been a part of that. I really hope that there's gonna be something, even if it's just in the next year or so. I'd love to go back to Puerto Rico. That's real emotion, and it shows how much that night meant to her. And if Priest is using his current status as World Heavyweight Champion to make things happen behind the scenes, WWE might just listen. Priest has been on a massive run lately. He cashed in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, won the world title, and now leads the Judgment Day as one of the company's top names. If anyone has the influence to push for a show like this, it's him. Puerto Rico delivered one of the best WWE crowds in recent memory. If WWE wants to recreate that energy, giving Priest and Vega the green light could be a massive win for everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share the video, and drop your thoughts and subscribe for more wrestling news, and WrestleBuzz will be back soon. See you